Basically, the need of the conserve of the forest and wildlife, if I will tell you all, to maintain the ecological balance, to support the life, it is the main reason behind the conservation of the forest and the wildlife. We need to maintain the ecological balance, and the ecological balance will not be maintained if we will not conserve the forest and the wildlife of the country. Preserving the different kinds of the species. Obviously, in case of the biodiversity, to maintain the biodiversity, we need to preserve the different kind of the species, and that's why we need to conserve the forest. Preventing economically important plants and animals. In case of the preserving the economically important plants and animals, obviously some plants and animals having the high economic value, that is going to give the economic benefit to a country. So we need to preserve those things also. As well as these trees are giving us the fuel, fodder, as well as the domestic needs of the population also maintained by these trees and the wildlife. That's why we need to maintain, or we need to save them. Needs of the village and the small scale and the large scale industries. Because of these plants or the forest, even the wildlife also, they also helps to maintain the small scale and the large scale industry. Different small scale industries are there, which industries are totally made on the wood. Suppose a bat making industry, cricket bat. That particular cricket bat is made from a particular type of the tree plant wood only. Suppose in case of that, they are having an industry where they are making the clothes and all. Cotton is also a plant. So that's why, to save ourselves, to save our economy, and to maintain the ecological balance of the society, we need to think about the conservation of the forest and the wildlife. Now, conservation of the forest and the wildlife is actually rapidly decline, or the concept is rapidly decline because of the high level of the population growth. And due to the high level of the population growth, what happened, the wildlife as well as the forest property of our country, it is decreasing day by day. Now we are going to see about the types and distribution of the forest and the wildlife resources in our country. If we want to conserve the vast forest and the wildlife resources, it is rather difficult to manage and the control and the regulate them. In India, much of the forest and the wildlife resources are either owned or managed by the government through the Forest Department of the India. We are having the classification of the forest in our country. We are classified the forest according to the different categories. These categories are, the first one, it is called the reserve forest. Now, what is the meaning of the term reserve forest? More than half of the total forest of our country is declared by the government as a reserve forest. Reserve forests are regulated by totally the government only, and this forests are regarded as the most valuable forest for conservation of the forest and the wildlife. And in case of this kind of the forest, no human being is allowed to enter, and they can't do any kind of the activity, economic activity, or any kind of the activity over there. Reserve forests are actually, we can say, these all forests are the restricted forest. And in case of that, these forests are totally maintained by the state government. In case of the state government, if they will declare any forest as a reserve forest, so the local people are prohibited to enter in this forest and to use this forest, and unless specifically allowed by the forest officer of that particular forest. If the forest officer, if they will take the permission from the forest officer, so they can enter in this kind of the forest. Now, after reserve forest, we are having next kind of the forest, that is known as protected forest. The meaning of the protected forest, we can say that it is almost a kind of the forest which is protected by the government. The basic meaning of the protected forest, if you will see that, it is declared by the Forest Department of India or as a protected one. This term denotes actually the forest with some amount of the protection or constitutional protection in certain particular lands. This forest where the resident species, like that means which animals or which plants are living, they are legally getting protection from the further depletion. That means the government protect this kind of the forest. Whatever animals or plants are present in this forest, again the same thing, the government will protect them. They are legally get protection. Almost in India, 1/3 of the forest of the total forest of the India under the protected forest. It is declared by the government forest department of the India, and this forest are the always protected from further any kind of the depletion. That means any kind of the future depletion will not be done in this kind of the forest. Now we are having another type of the forest. This is called unclassed forest. That means this forest are not belong to any kind of the category. This area is recorded as a forest, but this is not included in the protected forest. This is not included in a category of the reserve forest, and the status of the forest is known as a unclassed forest. Now this is another type of the forest. Generally in the wetlands, or generally in case of normal land also, we can see this kind of the unclassed forest are there, and this forest are belong to the government. This can be belong to the private property or a community property also. Suppose in case of if I am having a vacant land in an area and I plant huge amount of the plants, so that is a part of the unclassed forest. Suppose a particular community of an area having a huge area under the forest, so that will be considered as a unclassed forest. Now in case of the forest are reserved and the protected forest are also known as the permanent forest estates, because reserve and protected forest, this will be not further depletion will occur. Reserved and the protected forest are maintained for the purpose of the producing timber and the forest products for protective reasons. Obviously this kind of the forest products are growing in the reserve forest, and you will find there are so many shops are there under government, they are selling the forest products. Madhya Pradesh have the largest area under the permanent forest. Almost 75% of the land is total under the forest cover. All the northeastern states and the parts of Gujarat having very high percentage of the forest as unclassed forest managed by the local community. So here we get to see that Madhya Pradesh having the largest amount of the permanent forest area, almost 75% of the total forest cover, as well as the northeastern state. We know that they are having a huge amount of the forest area, but this is the local forest area. Now what are the strategies we have taken to conserve this forest and the wildlife? Basically the strategies we have taken to conserve the forest to regulate the cutting of the trees or planned cutting of the trees. We will stop cutting of the trees, or we will cut the trees. We in a planned way we will cut the trees. You will find the government also cutting down the trees. But when the government is cutting down the trees, if the trees become very old and all, they have marked the trees, and according to that they are doing the cutting of the trees. This is called the planned cutting of the trees. Control over forest fire. The loss of the forest is one of the biggest reason is the forest fire. Obviously we need to control the forest fire, because forest fire could be natural, could be man-made. So we need to stop this man-made kind of the forest fire. Now deforestation and the afforestation, this is the best option. Obviously we need to go for the afforestation concept, or we need to plant more trees. Check over the forest clearance for the agricultural and habitation purpose. In case of nowadays, why the forest people are clearing? Because they have to live on those areas. They will make the agricultural land, or they will make the housing complex and all. So we need to control this kind of the activity also. Proper utilization of the forest resources and the forest. We need to utilize properly the forest and the forest resources. And the last thing, that is the forest management is also required for the forest conservation. In case of the government is also playing an important role on the conservation of the forest. Government enacted so many acts like the Forest Conservation Act and all. Government enacted the Act of the Forest Conservation in the year of the 1980, and here they said that strictly regulate the policies to not cutting down the trees of the forest for the private use, and the people have to take the permission from the government if they will do this kind of the thing without prior approval from the government. So that will be a punishable offence. And these acts are lays down the prerequisites for the diversion of the forest land and the non-forest purpose. Now up to this we are having the role of the government on the conservation of the